the most common action you can do to help a neighbor would be to lend him something. He doesn't have to take care of his children when he's away, or take a look at his house when he's on holiday. These kind of things.
Well, why should neighbours help each other?
Because it comes quite natural, I think. You may have a problem. You may have a problem one day, and if there is somebody that can help you, it's a good thing.
You live in quite a small town,
yeah.
and you know Como as well. Do you think that people in small towns help each other more than people in cities?
Yes. Yeah, I think that it depends on the country. For example, here in experience I had here in England showed me that people are much more helpful here than in Italy. And but I think that generally in a small town, since you more or less know each other, you are more kind and you tend to help other people more easily.
Right. So why don't they do the same in cities?
Because the life in city is quite stressful. There are many people that they have to run from one part to the other of the city, and they don't take care of people that maybe needs help. They don't notice.
Okay, let's go on and think about attitudes towards helping other people. Some people don't want to help other people. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't know, but I think that the main attitude is help.
Yeah.
People tend to help.
Now, if you see, we left at this point, that once, you don't get any idea what to say, it's better to use words like, well, to be honest, I haven't thought about it earlier, so let me think. And then you can, gain time. But saying this thing will actually help you, help indicating the examiner that it's not because of your poor English, it's because of shortage of ideas. Getting it? So now you will see he expressed this thing, and examiner interrupted him and tried to give him some idea. Okay, and that idea is like, well, maybe because someone had a bad experience. Okay, he helped someone, and then he fell into some trouble. This happens sometimes.
Yes.
You help someone, and in return, you get into some trouble. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. For example, let's say this is just an example. Let's say one of my friends required some money to maybe for surgery of her mother or his mother, maybe, right? So let's say I give him some money, and I asked him that please return this money to me in 15 days because I require it for submission of my university fee. So he said,
Yes.
yeah, just don't worry. I only require it for 7 days. Maybe after 7 days, I'll get my salary. But unfortunately, maybe, he had a bad, he didn't give it to me after 7 days. And then I had to, ask for money for my university fee from someone else. So this is a bad experience. So after that, I'll be careful about helping others. So in this particular case, examiner felt that, okay, candidate doesn't have the idea. So what he did, this examiner did, he gave him a hint. Okay?
Maybe they've had a bad experience, or
maybe they had a bad experience or something, right?
Yeah, it may be that sometimes you had a bad experience in which you felt really bad and nobody helped you, and now you don't feel ready to do it with the other peoples. But I think that, by the way, you should always try to be helpful, because you can't base your attitude on a past experience.
And that's, by the way, actually, by the way is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He should have said, but in my opinion, anyways, you should help.
Yes,
Okay. Not by the way. By the way is something different. Okay.
Do you think that the governments have a responsibility to help people?
Do you think that the government have the responsibility to help people?
Yes, I think the government should create a structure, should create also the right base to give people the chance to take up a mindset, in which a mindset of helpfulness. I don't know.
Right. But
Take up, what is meant by take up? Take up means when let's say, I'm your boss, and
yes,
you are submitting me some application, right? And but that application has to be approved by some higher authority, somebody higher to me. So what I would say to you, well, Abdurrahman, I have seen your case, I have seen your application, and I'll take up your case with the concerned director.
yes, sir.
Got it? So taking up means you'll just put up something to higher authorities. Okay. So he said that to take up an attitude that is wrong. So anyways, we'll discuss these mistakes in the coming exercises. But right now, I just want to point out so that you can keep in these things or link these things from this video. And one more thing, sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't want to stop this video. Please do remind me afterwards that I will give you a YouTube link where you can find all these videos.
yes, sir.
Okay, and you can find some other videos as well. Okay, just to see, just to observe others. You know, it is very good to see people in giving these tests in actual.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
sir.
anyways, I'm moving forward now.
can you tell me some of the practical things
sorry,
that people
because I
can do
clicked
to
it,
help their
So now
neighbours?
you have to bear with
To
it.
help our neighbors, I think the most common action you can do to help a neighbor would be to lend him something. He doesn't have to take care of his children when he's away, or take a look at his house when he's not.
Okay, okay, sorry. So it has already stopped. So let me directly go to the link first. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
Let me see. What was his name? Emanali? No, let's Saida. No, it is there, right? These are the same videos, and you can watch them on YouTube as well. You see this?
yes.
Actually, I'm sharing my screen. I'm also,
I used to listen for
so
one.
it's taking time.
To learn to play?
When I was a child, I used to
Okay, I
play
hope you got
clarinet.
it.
Okay.
I studied for 2 years
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
drums,
you can find different,
and I would like
videos of
to
different bands.
play the
8.5 video,
saxophone,
9-band video,
but
right?
I think it will be a little bit too late
Okay.
now. to
So let's go back, and we are done with this part. Here, if you see,
Okay.
I hope you know the questions now. I'm playing it again. Oh, sorry, I'm showing these questions in front of you. These are the answers. You can take a screenshot of these questions.
Yes.
This was the last question, which was Emily was answering. But doesn't that sometimes mean that people think it's only the government's responsibility? When he was asked, do you think that government have the responsibility to help people? He said yes. And after that, he said that, but that doesn't mean that people think it's only the government's responsibility. And then, so Emily, do you think that some people deserve more help than others? Okay. So these were the questions, and Emily answered. Now I can show you his answers here.
Okay.
Okay. In these answers, first you have to relate which question. Okay, I'm skipping this. Just ignore it. Sorry. Right. Why I showed you these all videos? Actually, I want to take you to a point. Okay, and that point is to make you observe or make you see that how Aman actually expanded his answer. Okay, this was our aim.
Yes.
Do you remember we learned that there are these 6 different ways of expanding the answer. Can you see that?
Yes.
So what do you think if someone says, for instance, when we something? So which way of expanding the answer this is? A, B, C, D, which one? Can you tell me?
What was the question?
Yes, sir.
My question is, you have seen these 6 ways of expanding your answers, okay? We know that in speaking test, we just don't have to say yes, no. In fact, we have to explain the things, right?
Yes.
And for that, we learned these 6 ways of explaining, or these 6 ways of
Okay.
expanding our answers. So when I say, for instance,
Yes.
so actually, which way of expanding the answer I'm adopting? I'm adopting this way, giving relevant example.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay. Now you have to relate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with A, C, D, E, E, F.
Okay.
So if that happened, then
Giving relevant.
can you tell me?
Okay. If that happened, then say what would be F. I think it's F. Explain another side of the issue.
Side
No,
of the
if I say if that happened, then
Then
you might fail, you might succeed, you could succeed, you would succeed.
okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
Then say, well, I think,
Then suggest.
this is stating or explaining your own view. Well, I think,
Well, I think.
Stating
Okay.
or explaining your own view.
your own view. Isn't it?
Yes.
Abdurrahman, you're
Yeah.
getting it? Okay. So on
Yes.
the other hand, some people believe,
Another side. This is another
yeah,
side.
this is other side, right? This is F.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then this happens because
C.
see,
Explain how.
explain how or why. Okay, now this is
Yeah.
why. This happens
Yes.
because of this reason.
Why?
Okay, then one way of dealing with this is,
Suggestion or solution. To
now
Yes,
this
yes,
is suggesting a solution, right? So these are the
Yes.
examples, and now we will see how Emanali used these techniques. Okay,
Yes. Sir.
I'm not playing it. I'm just showing you Emanali's answers here.
Okay.
Okay. In one of the questions, in one of his answers, actually the last one answer, in which examiner asked that doesn't it mean that people think that only government should help?
Yeah.
So he said, yes or no, I think government should create the right base.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what does it indicate? I think,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's no.
So this is
Uh-huh.
stating his view.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
But here's a combination. Government should do this thing. So
Suggestions.
what should happen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or suggesting a solution to a problem. But here in this case, it is not a problem. He is just mentioning what should happen.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Now, but sometimes I understand. Now, I understand is again, I think, again,
Yes.
my view. It is difficult to help someone, some people. Okay, next, you may have a problem someday, and if there is someone that can help you, it's a good thing.
Explaining. Okay, giving the relevant example.
Yeah, this is a relevant example.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes,
Or
sir.
if you see the context of the question, in which context Amin Ali answered this question, used this answer. What do you think? What was the context?
You may have.
Amin Ali, actually, examiner asked why people should help others,
Yeah.
right? And to that means he's telling us why something happens, why.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, I think the most common action you can do would be to lend him something he doesn't have. So I think is opinion,
Yeah.
okay, and action can be or would be, this is what would happen, what should happen, or something.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
Okay. Then next, life in the cities is quite stressful. This was again in answer to why people don't help. Why?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So why people don't do the same thing in the cities? So
Mm.
he explained why. Then I think that everyone should help each other first, then the government can create the structure and blah blah blah. So here again, I think is opinion and what should happen. Clear? Again, if
Yeah.
you see, he has started so many answers with I think, I think, I think. That's why I have
Yes.
recommended you to video yourself, then watch your video. Okay, just answer any questions and then watch your video. Try to write down those answers. And only then you
Yes,
will
sir.
realize that, oh my God, I have used I think for maybe 4 5 times.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Otherwise, even you have watched the video, you didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it depends on the country. For example, so now this is again
Okay.
giving a relevant example.
Relevant example.
Then you should. So this should means what should happen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Here,
sir.
just a warning sign for you, or a suggestion for you. Don't use
Mm.
word you so many times. You should always try to be helpful because you can't base your attitude. Can you see this?
Mm.
Sometimes it sounds as if you are pointing out to the examiner.
Okay.
Okay, particularly
Yes, sir.
avoid using you in giving bad examples. Like for example, like if there's a candidate and examiner asks him or her, uh, why why some countries don't grow or blah or maybe why some countries are poor. Okay, and in that that candidate starts giving example. Like, you see, if you are corrupt, then you cannot stop your people under you from the corruption. Now, in this case,
Yes, sir.
you have
Okay.
made the you have made examiner corrupt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in these scenarios, please don't use you. In these scenarios, what you would do, you would just say, well, if someone is corrupt, then he or she can't, or one can't stop his or her subordinate.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I know Abdurrahman is too tired, but we have been uh, stopping our lessons earlier for last 3 days. Just let me have a look on this slide, and then okay, we will start from this point tomorrow, inshallah. Not tomorrow, Monday, inshallah. Okay,
Okay,
and
sir.
I hope we will finish our speaking lessons by Tuesday, inshallah.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so
Okay.
take care of yourself.
Okay.
Allah Hafiz.
We can.
Assalamu
No.
alaikum. You too. Take care. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
No.